Welcome to another edition of the Balking Dead, and I'm your host, Sharpie's Bets, and this show still sponsored by Prize Picks. So if you haven't and you're new, go on over to Prize Picks, use promo code PubSports. Why? Because with your first match deposit up to $100, they will match deposit it. So roll it over one time and use my picks and get you some cash, but don't use the ones from yesterday because yeah. But shout out to the chat, guys. Smash the like if you haven't. If you're in the Twitter world, this video will end shortly. So do yourself a favor, hit that link, jump in. I got 4K props I bet personally today, and we will get to those later on in the show. But first, we're going to hit the recap and talk about 3 games. So, recap-wise, Prize Picks, I told you even yesterday at the show, I didn't really like Prize Picks, but I liked my props. So, Prize Picks, we did not hit any of the Braves props hitting-wise. But we did hit Strasburg. I told you Strasburg was dumb at 4-4 on the books was like a minus 200. And yeah, guys, we are going to see Strasburg's at about 6.5. What I did notice from Strasburg yesterday, though, his velo's down to about 92, 90, 92. His breaking ball's still there. He's still got nasty strikeout shit. So they expect his velo to be built back up and they expect him to be back around the 97, 98. So that will be something worth to watch with Steven Strasburg as of late, guys, is pay attention to his velo. But let's get into those props we bet yesterday, guys, on the show. If you follow me on Twitter, and if you don't, I'm at Sharpie's Bet, so go follow me, guys. I asked for some stupid crap. Post a GIF, hit a retweet, do some stupid shit to help me, and I'm going to help you by putting money in your pocket. So we gave out Burns 7.5. You know, we got scared a little bit, had to make a call to Craig Counsell and tell him to leave him out there, and they left him out there. He got us our case. Freed, I told you Freed was easy as pie, guys. Anybody and their mom could have gave you Freed yesterday. We cashed him. He went 6 innings and had 8 strikeouts. I also told you, where other people didn't, that the Pirates were going to be on base left and right versus him, and he was going to have to go to a strikeout. So it's also knowing about the situations of what's going on in the game, guys, because those same yahoos who told you to bet Freed 2 weeks ago with those same numbers that the Pittsburgh has, that Miami has, didn't cash versus Miami. And why is that? Because we knew he is a contact pitcher. And if he can get through the game with just contact, he will do that. But yesterday, we knew people were going to be on base. And we knew he was going to have to put them down. And this team was too free swinging not to say no. And I just feel bad we didn't ladder him a little bit. But he's not a strikeout pitcher like we laddered him with Skubal. So is what it is. Life's a bitch, then you marry one. The one we did lose is Ohtani at 6.5. And what sucks for me is I doubled down and bet him again. I bet twice as much on him as I did the other one, so I pretty much fucking washed myself last night. And it's never good for me when I do that. Let's just be realistic. Every time I think I've got an extra edge on something, it don't work. Ohtani pitched to Jim, guys. 7 innings, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts. He had the fucking chance to strike out the fucking side to get the 7th. Oh, he almost did it, bro. But it is what it is. I guess you can't win them all, but I'm not salty over that one. Went one-on-one on hitter props on the show. We cashed McMahon over 1.5 plus 136. He just owns Webb, guys. At the end of the day, really good numbers. And Riley over 1.5 at minus 114. He had a single, and Brubaker fucking dealt. We talked about that yesterday. I was like, bro, Brubaker's going to hit his K props. I don't have the fucking nuts to bet it, but the numbers are there, guys. And we'll get into those numbers, why we might be on something later on. So, shout out to the chat. 14 live, 10 likes. Smash the retweet. Smash the share, guys. We need 50 live. And at least 22 likes. I know 22 ain't a lot, but I see you, LJ from Houston. Let's get to it. Thoughts on Spencer Strider for the Braves? Don't know if you talked about that game. Nah, I didn't talk about that game, and I'll get to it when I talk about K-props for you, my guy. But this game, first up, we're going to talk about Dbacks and Phillies. You guys know Zach Gallen's my man, guys. At the end of the day, this guy is a fucking beast. We got Zach Gallen versus Kyle Gibson. Gallen is 4-1 with a 2.4 ERA. He is the ace of the D-backs, guys. Out of 10 games this year, only one time has he allowed more than 2 earned runs. He has a home ERA of 2.57 and a road of 2.11. over the last 15 days, these Phillies do smash the ball. They are walking at a league average 8.5%, only striking out 21% of the time, with a 249 average, 778 OPS, and an isolated power of 211. That's a fucking mic drop, guys. If I drop it back to 30 days, their numbers are just as good. So this team is hitting the ball. Zach Gallen's K prop is at 6+ at -114 on Prize Picks. They have him at 5.5. His fantasy score is at 33.5. We'll get into the other side now. Kyle Gibson, 3-2 with a 4.4 ERA and 11 starts. April ERA of 2.93 and a May of 4.7. He does have a home ERA of 3.48 and a road of 5.7, coming in off of his worst start of the year to an Angels team swinging at fucking anything. So, didn't see that coming. I'm glad I wasn't on him, guys, but we know how bad the Angels have been over the last few weeks, guys, and they ran Gibson out that game. So, he did have a bad April, and that was June, so it's carried over. Last year, he had 2 quality starts in Arizona. He went 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs. 10 days later in Philadelphia, 6 innings, 3 hits, 0 earned runs. So he does pitch better at home. He faced these guys on a less than a 2-week period, pitched better the second time, and still had a quality start the first time. So we get into how these Arizona Diamondbacks, if you look at the last 30 days, their numbers are fucking pretty great. But then we drop down to the last 2 weeks. Nah, they're back down to the Diamondbacks being the fucking Diamondbacks, guys. They're walking 8% of the time. They're striking out 25% of the time with a 211 average, 677 OPS, and an isolated power of 178. So they are hitting for power. Not OPS wise, not average wise. When I mean power is home runs. They are isolated power. They are scoring runs because they are putting the ball out the fucking park. But they look at the competition and the people they played, guys, at the end of the day. You play who you play, but you played Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates in the last 15 days, bro, and your numbers say ass. So, yeah, versus righties, they just ain't seeing the ball. So, Dbacks bullpen has a 4.72 ERA, 19th in the league over the last 30 days, and the Phillies pen is 9th in the league over the last 30 days with a 3.46. Gibson's K prop is at 5+ at -134. He's at 4.5 on Prize Picks, and his fantasy score is at 32.5. I'd be looking at his fantasy score over. I'm not a big Gibson guy. I'm a type of guy where I back strikeout people. I don't really look to back guys who, situations, but this situation calls for him pitching 6-7 innings and is not 5 strikeouts doable versus these numbers. Yes, it is. So if you're looking at his K prop, I don't hate you there. But me personally, I'm going to stay off Gibson. No run first inning is at a pick'em. It's a coin flip, -115. And I don't have no bets, but shout out to Clint at Diehard MMA, guys. He talked about Kettle Marte yesterday on Twitter. Tagged me in it. He got any questions, guys? Tag me in it. And I went and looked up. I already been on him a few times this year. And we talked about back in May, we called when he got hot. And, yeah, he's been hot since. So he is the fucking hottest fucking Arizona Diamondback. Since June 1st, he's got 20 bases, guys. Damn. He's got 2 hits in his last 3 games combined. Each game he's got 2 hits. So this guy's freaking seeing the ball really well. Granted, it was a Cincinnati team and a Pittsburgh team, but Kyle Gibson at home is a stud, and I'm not looking to fade either of these 2 guys. I do have a bet on this game, under 4.5 at -120 on the first 5. I just think both these guys come out and deal. Like I said, Gallen hasn't given up more than 2 earned runs, but 1 time in 11 starts. And I think Gibson comes out and deals. But if you are looking at props on either side, I also don't hate you. I would look more towards the Phillies because of that badass bullpen, and Gallen probably not going longer than 6 innings at most, guys. They are going to start pulling him back on his pitching limit. So definitely would be fading them as soon as they pull Gallen out that damn game. So shout out to the chat, guys. If you already haven't, smash it. I see you guys. North Ender, my motherfucking guy. Jump up in the chat, guys. Start chatting away. Let me know what you're on. And, yeah, let's make some freaking money today, guys. Next game up, we got the Marlins and Astros. Pablo Lopez versus Luis Garcia. Lopez, one of my favorite guys. At the end of the day, me and Noli got this argument going on who's the ace of the staff. And as of the last month, Contras. So But we got a whole year to go, motherfucker, so I ain't bowing down to nobody. Pablo Lopez, 4-2 with a 2.18 ERA and 11 starts, with 7 of those starts of his last starts going 6+ innings. He has never faced the Astros. He has a home ERA of 2.91 and a road of 1.4. Now he gets an Astros team over the last 15 days. Their numbers drop off compared to their 30 days, guys. They're back to just not really hitting the ball like they were at the beginning of 30 days ago, say a month ago. So 15 days, yeah, they are walking at an absurd rate, 9.6%, and they're not striking out, 18.6%. 240 average, 670 OPS, and an isolated power of 115. So other than their average, they're pretty much middle of the pack everywhere else. So why ain't I just jumping on Pablo Lopez and riding his K-prop? His K-prop is 6+ at +118. On Price Picks, it's at -197, and his fantasy score's at 31.5. The thing that's got me scared, and I mean, if you want to run K-props, it's versus the Astros with a righty. You really don't want to fucking try your left versus lefties, guys. It goes back a few years with the lefty. You could try all you want, bro. At the end of the day, they're gonna be to the profitable betting unders versus lefties. But this year, righties have tended to show that they can get them. Numbers don't mean everything, guys. They're like lawyers, okay? They don't necessarily lie to you. They just don't necessarily tell the truth, and it's our job to figure it out. The numbers that keep me off of Pablo is he's got a 5+ ERA since last year versus the American League, guys. He's a fastball changeup pitcher. The Astros are a dead red fastball hitting team. He needs to throw a lot of changeups today, guys, and his issue, like we've talked about over the last few weeks when we talk about Pablo Lopez on this show, guys, is the first inning. He's got more walks in the first inning than he does all innings combined, and his ERA is higher than the first inning than all other innings. So Pablo Lopez, once he gets out the first inning, tends to just go rolling. But if he has a shaky first inning, there could be an issue. And who leads off for the fucking Astros? Jose Altuve, guys. And if Pablo Lopez starts this game off with a 97-mile-per-hour fastball and not a changeup, it is going to be 1-0 Astros. Straight up. This guy hunts first pitches like none other and probably has more first pitch home runs than anybody else in the league right now. Like, I know his leadoff home run is absurd. And it's because he's hunting that first pitch fastball, guys. So if you want to look at a prop today on that side, go ahead and look at Altuve, 2+ bases. I think Pablo Lopez goes out and deals. But I'm going to stay off prop-wise because, sometimes once I see a few things that say something, I got to just pay attention. Do I hope he goes out and gets it? Fuck yes, dude. I love me some Pablo Lopez. If you're on him, I hope you fucking cash him. But I'm going to be a pussy, and if I was to run him, I'd wear him on a fantasy score over 31.5, guys. Like, at the end of the day, I think he has a quality start and 5+ strikeouts. So 5 strikeouts is at -197. They're giving to you that as a push, but I'd look at the fantasy score more on DraftKings or on Prize Picks. Then on the other side, we got Luis Garcia. Rocking the baby, guys. We know we love some Rock the Baby on this show, too. He's 3-4 with a 3.07 ERA and 10 starts. He does have an April ERA of 4.5 and a 2.3 in May. Yeah, he has a home ERA of 4.18 and a road of 2.25. He has the exact flip last year. He had a better home than road, so I'm not going to pay too much attention to his home road splits, guys. He's been in the league since last year, and he's got a 3.07 ERA, and over the last month, he's got almost a sub-2 ERA, so, you can't hate on that. Last year versus the National League, he pitched against 5 teams, not giving up more than 3 earned runs in any of those games and averaging 5 strikeouts. All right, so let's get into that. Over the last 15 days, how are this Miami Marlins? They are smoking the ball by the numbers. Let's just be realistic. They're walking league average 8.5%. They're hitting 276 average with an 812 OPS and an isolated power of 192. They are hitting the ball, but this team does chase. I've seen this team plenty of times. I've had money on these games plenty of times. This team will chase, guys. And at the end of the day, Prize Picks is giving you a 4.5 for strikeouts. 4.5 on the books to get 5 strikeouts. To get 5 strikeouts is -201. Excuse me? Y'all need to get bitch slapped for that, okay? Straight up disrespectful to Luis Garcia. Yes, he's a different pitcher out the windup than out the stretch. We want him in the windup, guys. His rocking the baby movement has too much lag on his arm that he can't control his fastball as much out the stretch that he can control it in the windup. So he gets his body in the right way to land and release out of the windup. So we want him in the windup, guys. So I think we get Luis Garcia to go out there 6 innings. Like I said, 3 earned runs or less versus every National League team last year. So I do expect the same exact thing. And I think he gets us 5+ strikeouts quite easily today, guys. We saw what Strasburg did. Strasburg got hit, but the strikeouts were there, guys. This team will chase. So definitely we'll be looking at that and be on him today because that's just minus 200 is just stupid. So no run first inning is at a minus 130, and the Marlins bullpen over the last 30 days have just been regurgitating every freaking lead they've been giving to them. So what does that mean? Don Mattingly will probably leave Pablo Lopez out there a little longer than he should, but that's also good towards people running K-props, guys. So take that in. Also, people like my guy Nilo, he can live bet K-props. If you can live bet props, guys, let Pablo Lopez go through the first inning. If he gets through the first inning unscathed, and even better without his strikeout, take it at a better number, guys. At the end of the day, the first inning scares me a lot with this kid. So if he gets through the first inning, it's smooth sailing. Mattingly's going to leave him out longer because of their trash-ass bullpen. And Garcia, if he keeps the pitch count somewhat manageable, guys, should go out there and deal. He's had issues with teams that do walk at a good percentage. This team walks at league average, so I expect him to be out there at least 5+ innings today. So K prop on Prize Picks is the spot. Astros pin is a 2.43 ERA over the last 30 days, and they are second in the league, so you can't hate on that. The prop I fucking wanted, guys, they're not offering. I don't know if they're going to put it out later. I don't know if you guys play DraftKings or anything like that, guys. But let's talk about this kid. This freaking kid. He's the catcher for the Miami Marlins. Damn. Fuentes. Nick Fuentes. He's batting .467 and only 15 at-bats this year with 2 home runs. Drop it back to the sample size they brought him up last year, and the kid was still raking. So as a career, since being brought up last year and this year, he's had 45 at-bats. He's batting .348 with an OPS of 1,200. And even better, guys, he hits righties better than lefties. Garcia is a righty. He's batting .316 versus righties to a .250 versus lefties. His slugging goes up 200 to a .500 slugging, and his OPS jumps from a good .800 versus righties to an absurd a good .800 versus lefties to a good .1,200 versus righties, guys. This guy hits both ways. He's a fucking hitting machine, and he's just not out on the books yet, maybe because he's not in the lineup yet. But Nick Fuentes is bet on right now, and just ride this kid while he's hot. I expect a pitcher's duel, and when I expect a pitcher's duel, I'm not trying to jump in on hitting props, but if you are, can't hate anybody who wants to look at Altuve. And once you get through Pablo Lopez, this Marlin Pins likes to puke it up. So can't hate anybody looking at some Astros personally either. Shout out to the chat, guys. We already got 34 live. We getting the humming. We got 18 likes. Only 18 likes. Smash the damn like. We got to get to 22 for Clayton Kershaw. And we got one more game to talk about and then 4K props to talk about that I bet. I did bet a hitting prop in this game also. So let's get to some money, guys. Smash the like while I give you my knowledge. And let's get to it. Dodgers at Giants. The Doyers at the Los Gigantes. Walker Buehler versus Jacob Junis. Wow, what are we going to get from Jacob Junis? That kid's been good this year. And what are we going to get from Walker Buehler? That kid's been a fucking roller coaster since Spider Tack. I don't even like talking about Spider Tack anymore, guys, because at the end of the day, bro, who cares? Life's a bitch, then you marry one. You know, these pitchers got there without it. They're going to figure shit out. And for the most part, they have. So, what do we want to talk about? Walker Buehler, 6-2 with a 3.84 ERA and 11 starts, coming off back-to-back bad starts. 8.2 innings, 12 hits, and 9 earned runs. Good damn. All right, so one was versus a Pittsburgh team that's seen him in the last 2 weeks. And last week was a Mets team that's just humming, guys. So at the end of the day, Walker Buehler has been Walker Buehler. He's been dominant, and he's an ace of this staff. So let's get into it. He has a home ERA this year of 5.56 and a road of 1.67. Well, now you get to pitch at one of the best road stadiums ever and at nighttime, guys. So definitely love this game. Definitely love me some Walker Buehler. Why do I love Walker Buehler? Because he's been shit the last 2 games. Well, let me tell you, 6 games versus the Giants last year. Excuse me, take out the very last game in September. And I'm taking out that game because he was at his pitch limit, I think, come like August, guys. So he pitched like 50 extra innings more than he ever did. And his arm was a goddamn noodle in September. And he got touched up at the end of the year. And that tends to happen to a lot of pitchers. So let's just throw out that game. He played them 5 other games, the Giants last year. He went 6 innings, giving up no more than 1 earned run in every game, averaging a strikeout per inning. So what? Yeah, let's get to it. Well, if you look over the last 30 days, the Giants are hitting the ball, but let's cut it down to the last 15. They're walking below league average, 8%. They're striking out a little bit above league average at 24.5. 207 average with the 668 OPS and an isolated power of 176. So they are hitting a few home runs. But home runs are a lot harder to hit at night and a lot harder to hit in Giant Stadium at night. So this all plays into Walker Buehler to me, guys. And his K-prop on Prize Picks is at a straight 5. That means you have to get 6. And 6 is at a plus 156. And his fantasy score is at 33.5. I bet Walker Buehler over 4.5. Personally, I don't think it's a smart bet on Prize Picks at 5. I get 5 and I cash. It's an even money bet. He averages a strikeout per inning versus this team. And they're just not hitting the ball. And I expect this guy to go out there and do Walker Buehler things. 6-7 innings tonight. Don't be surprised if he goes the full outing today, guys. He owns this team. And is what it is. I'm going to ride what he's done in the past versus them. Jacob Junis. 3-1, 2.51 ERA. He's been solid this year, guys. Going up versus some teams who fucking rank. So it's not like this guy's been solid versus some bums. And thank God this year I gave up trying to fade shitty pitchers. That's been really good to my baseball handicapping. I just try to bet on good pitchers, and if I see them being bad, then I'll fade them. But I don't go into a mindset of, oh, this guy's trash, I'm going to fade him. Because guess what? More often than not, they're big league pitchers, and they go fucking steal your money, and then your kids are mad at you because you're eating butter noodles. So we don't want my kids eating butter noodles. We've gone through those times. So let's keep some meat on the damn table, guys. So let's keep it rolling. Smash the like if you haven't, guys. Thanks for the 22-30 is the new goal. And let's get into Jacob Junis. Those teams that's been ranking, guys, that he has gone against is a back-to-back versus the Cardinals. He did well both games. The Mets, the Phillies, and the Marlins. Okay, all have top fucking 10 numbers versus righties. And this guy's gone out and fucking dealt. So it's not a fluke. It's not a fucking fluke. How are the Dodgers the last 15 days? Well, taking the fact they are traveling in from the East Coast, and it is a nighttime game, so yes, they should be adjusted, but the Dodgers have fucked me when I bet on them to hit and be good on travel spots, guys. So let me tell you, this may say Doyers, but it doesn't. It says Gelato 41. Because I really smoked this shit, guys. It's just the Dodger D flipped upside down to make the gelato. So, California Rays, baby, we really do this shit out here. But, last 15 days, Dodgers are hitting the ball. 8.5 walk percentage, 22 strikeout percentage, 251 average with the 730 OPS and an isolated power of 166. Junis' K-prop is 4+ at minus 154 and 3.5 on Prize Picks. Fantasy score is at 23.5. No run first inning is at a minus 120 in this game. The big balls, the nutsack play of the day that I don't have the balls to play. And how many times have we called a shitty pitcher being good? I'd look at that fantasy score over 23.5. Am I going to play it? Fuck no. No, no. But the Dodgers on a travel spot. He has pitched really well versus teams with just as good, if not better, numbers. And no matter how bad the Giants have been, this is still going to play like a playoff game, guys. These teams hate each other. The Dodgers and the Giants are rivals. The Padres and the Dodgers are not rivals, guys. The Padres wish the Dodgers were their rivals. Go win a championship, and then maybe we can start, or just an NL West championship. Like, don't even talk rivals with us. Giants got 3 in the last 10 years. Let's not talk about, what the Padres ain't doing, guys. So you guys could try to say we're your rivals all you want to sell tickets. But we really know that the Giants are our rivals, guys. And I expect a really good game today. Junis does have a home ERA of 3.27, which is really good, guys. That's still ace quality shit. And a road of 1.71. Dodgers pin 14th over the last 30 days with a 4.04 ERA, and the Giants pin has a 5.47 ERA. They are 30th in the league, guys, so there ain't nothing on the right home about, but let me tell you about the Dodgers. They're a one-inning type team. They bust you open about one time, and then they usually just die off and just call it a day. They did get a bunch of runs versus the White Sox yesterday, and that was an error, and that error led to a fucking clunker. So, that happens, guys. You walk people to start a game to inning off, you're probably going to score. You make an error, they're probably going to score. And this is the major fucking leagues, guys. You cannot allow that shit. So, I expect a well-tight game. Yes, the bullpen say big match to the Dodgers, but like I said, this is going to be like a rivalry playoff type game. And I expect Junis to actually pitch well, but I hope he gets freaking racked. I am a Dodgers fan. I hope the Dodgers do win. And I'm on Walker Buehler, like I said. The one hitting prop I am on. I got a signed World Series jersey up on the wall. And if you know, you know. I've been to 3 of the last 4 World Series, all the World Series and playoff games for the Dodgers, guys. I was a season ticket holder for 2 years, and I paid out the living fucking ass the first year they went. And then I was like, I gotta become a season ticket holder. I can't afford these damn freaking World Series. It was $1,700 a game when we first went to the World Series and freaking lost to those cheating ass Astros. Let alone what Game 7 cost me, guys. We're not gonna talk about that one. But fuck you, Darvish. But yeah, had to get that out. I'm still mad about that. But the hitting prop we're going to talk about is Jock Peterson, guys. Jock Peterson versus the Dodgers, his old team. He may be good for 2 strikeouts, guys, but he is also good for a double or a home run. Here and why. He rakes right-handed pitching compared to left. With the Dodgers, we strictly platooned him. We didn't allow him to hit lefties because the guy just can't fucking hit lefties, guys. It is what it is. That's what Jock Peterson is. He is a right-handed pitching destroying machine. So, why not now? Here we go. Jock Peterson versus lefties. He's batting 167, well, 267 versus righties. Slugging versus lefties goes from 420 to a 580 versus righties. And his OPS jumps from 580 to a 927. All elite numbers except for his average, But when you're hitting for that type of power, guys, your average at 270 is pretty fucking good. So give me Jock Peterson, 2+ bases at plus 136. That's way, way off in my eyes, guys. This guy is going to be swinging with bad intention today, and that's why I think he gets 2 strikeouts, but one of those is going to be a viciously struck baseball, guys. So if you're looking for a home run prop, I don't hate it, but like I said earlier in this, it is Giant Stadium and at nighttime, but this guy swings vicious, guys. He swings vicious. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the chat. 42 live, 26 likes. Smash it if you haven't. We got 3 other K-props to talk about. I am on Walker Buehler. I just covered this game. Walker Buehler averages a strikeout per inning versus this team. He went 6+ innings every game except the last game of the year versus them. 5 games last year, 6+ innings. Averages a strikeout per inning. I expect a huge bounce back, if not a complete game, from my man, Walker fucking Buehler tonight. So, Price picks, and then we're going to talk about the K-props. Price picks today. Only 3, guys. They're not offering me Tyler Meagle's K-prop, guys, and I will fucking bitch slap these guys. Yes, he's coming off of an injury, guys. Yes, I get it. He hasn't pitched since May 11th. You're not supposed to run a guy. Blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, you do that, guys. Let me run this because if the freaking books were putting this out there, I think they put this at a 5.5, way juiced to the over, and it's just a bad line. Same with Strasburg yesterday, bad line, guys. And at the end of the day, you don't bet every juiced out prop, guys. You find the ones that make sense, and this is why it makes sense. Over the last 15 days, only one person right-handed pitching did not hit his damn K prop, and that guy's name was Kyle fucking Gibson. Let's get into Miguel, a big strikeout fucking pitcher, nice fastball slider combo, guys. And when he gets a team walking 6%, trash, striking out 28% of the time versus righties, trash. 220 average with a 629 OPS and a 128 ISO. Guys, even if he's on a 75 pitch limit, this guy's going 5 innings. Like, this team is bad. Like, we watched it last night. Yeah, they got a couple runs. Pivetta had 11 fucking strikeouts versus them. That's for not playing him. I could do that one more time. Boy, was I on the wrong end of fucking strikeout props right there, dude. Fuck. We've been fucking riding these Angels freaking. You want to know another quick little stat too on Pivetta while we're at it? Over the last 6 weeks in baseball, has the second best ERA. So how did I just fucking not play Pivetta last night, guys? Like, I don't know, guys. So sorry for that outrage. Sorry for blowing up. And shout out to the chat, guys. And let's get into why we're gonna be on Berrios. Berrios' K prop. At the end of the day, guys, I bet him at 5.5 at -106. On most books, the 5 prop was at a -167. Shout out to my guy Crocodile up in here. He got it on FanDuel at -130 at 4.5. So I'm on Berrios. 5 is a steal in my eyes. I bet him at 5.5. Here in fucking why, guys. I know he's not a strikeout pitcher. He's only averaging 6 strikeouts per 9. So I get it. If you're not wanting to play it, cool beans. I'm on it with my own monies. So, here we go. 3 games versus Detroit last year. He had 3 quality starts with 1 strikeout, 8 strikeouts, and 11 strikeouts in those games. Yes, like I said, Berrios only averages 6 strikeouts per 9. But over the last 15 days, these Detroit Tigers are not walking. They are worst in the league versus righties at 4.8%. Striking out top 3 at 26.1. Bottom 10 average at 213 and bottom 10 OPS at a 594, guys. They're just not hitting the fucking ball. So what does that mean? I think Berrios goes 6-7 innings, and I think he easily gets us those 6 strikeouts today, guys. So I'm on Berrios. On Prize Picks, they're giving us a 5. It's a push on a 5. Most books, except for FanDuel earlier, had him around a -167. I don't like betting K props over -150. At the end of the day, at -167, you need to be winning like 72% of the time, guys, to be profitable, or else you're just wasting your fucking money. So I had to take them up to 5.5 to get the -106, and that was my second K prop I'm on today. So Buehler over 4.5, even money. I'm on Berrios over 5.5 at -106. And they wouldn't let me bet Miguel. Miguel. So let me tell you the other 2. Ashby, guys. And I know Crocodile be in my chat, in my DMs. And he knows I like to play on a lot of the same guys, bro. And once you do me dirty, I fucking kick you to the rocks. Once your coach does me dirty, I kick you to the rocks. And then I find the situations to play on you. Yesterday, the Nationals. They played a lefty, and I was like, if Rogers gets 5 strikeouts, I'm slamming Ashby if they put him at 5.5. Rogers got 5 strikeouts. I'm now on Ashby at 5.5. Here we fucking go. Over 5.5 at -121. Since 3 games ago, they decided to take this kid and make him a starter because they had people going to the IL and they needed him. This kid is projected to be the future ace. Over the last 2 weeks, he's showing you he may be the ace right now, guys. And that's saying shit when you got Corbin Burns, and Woodruff on that team. He's gone 6 innings his last 2 games with 21 strikeouts in 12 innings of work. Okay, well, who are those teams worse? They were versus 2 top 7 hitting teams versus lefties. They were both walking over 10%, which is way above league average. They were both striking out league average or lower. And they were both humming. 255 average, 264 average, and a 700 and an 830 OPS for the Cubs and the Padres. And he had 9 and 12 strikeouts. So I go into his home road splits. He still averages 1.3 no matter where he's at per inning. This kid is feeling himself. He's understanding how to pitch as a starter. And he's done it versus teams that can fucking rake. So, Nationals, over the last 15, I had to drop it back to 20 days because it wasn't a big enough sample size. They're walking below league average at 8%. They are not striking out by the numbers at 18% with a 278 average and a 719 OPS. Well, guess what? I've seen these numbers. I've seen these numbers before, guys. And I've got a blueprint. And when you've got a pitcher giving you a blueprint how he pitches versus these teams, he had 9 strikeouts. Averages are the same and their OPS is the same. So you're telling me 5.5 for Ashby? Y'all need to fucking step up, guys. He will be at 7.5 within the next few weeks. The books haven't adjusted or corrected to Ashby yet, and he is a top line starter, guys. I see you, Big Ragu, my motherfucking guy. What props you on today? This guy's been hot, guys. So might want to pay attention. If you don't follow Doc, go on over at Big Ragu. Do yourself a favor and start cashing, guys, because he knows what he's talking about. So let's get into the last K prop I'm on. This is a wild write up, guys. This is shit I normally don't run, but I've been so fucking hot, and all my leans have been cashing, and I'm leaving money on the table. And when you leave money on the table, the kids have to eat butter noodles. So let's not eat butter noodles, and let's get into this last one. Roansy Contreras. Huh? Who the fuck's Roansy Contreras? Well, let me tell you about Roansy Contreras, guys, okay? I bet him at 4.5 strikeouts at minus 150. They had him at minus 167 this morning. I was going to be like, all right, I'll just wait for you to jump him up then. They dropped him down to minus 150. Like I said earlier, I will bet minus 150. I'll bet a minus 150 money line. So why the fuck won't I bet a minus 150 prop? So give me that minus 150, please, and thank you for Roansy. Here we go, guys. He's a 4-pitch pitcher throwing on average 92 to 94 miles per hour, and he can touch 97. He has high spin on his fastball, guys, but he does average it out on the plane a little too often, and he does get hit. He is a fly ball pitcher, and his command has been an issue, and as a fly ball pitcher, you do not want that as a problem. The thing is we're going to get into how bad these Braves are at walking. That's why I'm going to take out his command problems, guys, because the Braves are not walking at all. And they're striking out. So we'll get into that. So Roansy Contreras, 4-pitch pitcher, fastball changeup is his put-away pitch. It has mass tail, and it's about 80 miles per hour. So it's about a 14-mile-per-hour difference with dip and slide to it, guys. He is a 4-pitch pitcher with over 50 ranking on all of his pitches, guys. So he is projected to be a frontline starter. He is the Pittsburgh Pirates' #1 pitching prospect. So we are going to ride him, guys. This year, as a starter, he's been in 3 games. He's hit over 4.5, 2 out of 3 games, and now he gets a Braves team walking 5.2%. Trash, guys, not good. And Contreras' issues is his command, and you're not going to you guys aren't going to be patient. That's where we're going to get our Ks, guys. Striking out at 27.5%. That's nuts. That's top 3 in the league versus righties over the last 15 days. That's not good. We've picked on them when we can, and we're going to pick on them now. 256 average with a 751 OPS and an isolated power of 188. This is where K props are different than betting team totals. If I was to bet this game, I would take the Braves team total over whatever it is, 2.5 at the first 5. I think they crack them for some runs. But that's not strikeouts, guys. At the end of the day, you can get lit up on the scoreboard and those strikeouts still be there. So even if he does get lit, like some of these numbers say he can get lit today, I still expect the K's to be there. They're not walking, they're striking out. He's a 4-pitch pitcher, and he's got some good shit. So I'm gonna trust in some Ronesy Contreras today, and that's my 4K prop of the day. So shout out to the chat, guys. You guys rock. Hit the freaking share. Smash the damn like. If you want me to talk about any damn motherfucking props real quick, throw them out there and I'll get to it. So, yeah. Go on over to Prize Picks. Why? Because if you use promo code PubSports, you can get a match deposit up to $100. So do us a favor, do you a favor, and please and thank you, go use that promo code. So smash the like, hit the share, hit the retweet. If you make some money off my plays today, say thank you. If you want to tip me, I don't want it. I bet my own plays. Go on over to Pub Sports, buy me a beer. There's this buy me a beer thing. It all goes to a trip that everyone in the chat is welcome to come to. We had a trip a few months ago. We have trips every few months. And Slaughter be paying way freaking more than that money's going to be donated, guys. Like, the guy's the fucking man, bro. So at the end of the day, if you make some money off me and want to thank me, cool. If you don't want to thank me, cool. I do this shit for me, guys, and I just appreciate you guys being here. I see Ragu. He on the over 5.5, Pablo Lopez. I love it, bro. I really do. I just didn't have the balls myself. If he gets out that first inning, bro, it should be easy cruise control. And the fact that the Astros haven't seen him, that's big. That's big plus definitely for Lopez. So Lopez is my favorite pitcher of the Marlins, and we'll argue about that on another day. So you guys freaking rock, guys, and I appreciate everything. Let's keep cashing tickets. Let's keep this train rolling. Until next time, let's fuck these bookies with our eyes open.